We're good. Okay, I want to put so you can look at me and not the camera.
So look at you, not the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It looks a little weird when people look at the camera.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, do I have to look at the camera?
Yeah, I have to stare directly at the camera. It makes things weird, but no, you're good. So. Okay, how has 482 impacted your life?
So,
Open.
wait, was it you supposed to be up?
No, you're good. I can move the camera. Can you scoot it over just a little bit? I just don't want the plug in there.
Oh, yeah, no.
And that should be good. Okay. So how has 482 Forward impacted your life?
So 482 Forward has impacted my life by exposing me to like so many different topics and different issues that I didn't even know existed within my city or my education. Like throughout 482 Forward, I found out that we have a school board, and I found out that like the problems in my school weren't the principal's faults or the teacher's faults. It was like the legislators and the school board. So it kind of like changed the way that I walked the hallways at school. Like when I remember freshman year, I would always be like, man, it's the principal's fault. We don't have books, and that like we don't have resources. And when I came into the youth collective, it was like, no, it's not the teacher's fault or the principal's fault. It's the legislators. And that really opened my eyes, and it kind of made me like, when I'm walking the hallways now, like it makes me want to like send letters to legislators or go educate other students who always blame everything on the people inside the building. So it kind of made me like value the staff at school and value just everything. I go to Western International High School, so I really love everyone in that building now, because I know like they can't control anything that happens in there. So I just started valuing that a little bit more. And by exposure, like I feel like my public speaking skills have just improved so much, and I didn't even know I'm capable of just like going and like just always like telling my story, and I didn't really know my story was that valuable till I got to 482 Forward.
Okay. How has 482 empowered you to use your voice?
So 482 Forward has empowered me to use my voice because they kind of showed me that it's my story, and no one's gonna tell my story how I'm gonna tell it. And especially as a youth, like I used to not think that people would care of what I had to say or what happens in my school, and they kind of showed me like they do care. They care a lot, because people don't know what happens inside the school. Like I'm there all the time, and I see things that people don't see. So they really kind of like changed my mindset about my voice. Like it's so powerful, and I really did not know that.
It's like, okay. Why do you think people outside of Detroit should care about what happens here, specifically in like the education system?
I think they should care because like we're all like one big state, and even if it's like different cities, like the way that one city acts can reflect on like another city, I think. Because let's say like something happens and residents of Detroit get like, I know like gentrification is happening, and these residents get like moved into like another city, then like we're gonna be questioning like why do people behave the way they do, or why do they just act like that. So I feel like if we don't care about our surrounding areas, like we're never gonna like, I don't know, like I think it's never gonna be like equal, and that's like not fair, because we're all like so close to each other, and I just think we should all look out for each other.
Okay. What would you tell outsiders about, so people that aren't in 482 Forward, what would you tell them about 482 Forward?
So when I usually talk to people and I tell them about 482 Forward, I tell them it's like a big network of people, because it's people from all over the city. And our main focus is education justice. And like we just want equality for Detroit schools, no matter no matter what school or where it's located in Detroit, we just want all schools to be equal. And also, like, we're just like a big group that always comes together, and you're always supported no matter what. And yeah, that's basically, it's just like a big support system.
And why did you join 482 Forward, and why do you continue returning?
So I joined 482 Forward my sophomore year, and I had a mentor named Adam, and he was an adult ally for the 482 Forward Youth Collective. And he really, really wanted me to join. And at first I was hesitant. Like, I was like, I'm not sure. Like, that doesn't sound like it's for me. And I went to a couple meetings, like in February of 2015. And I didn't return for a while. And then I went back to another meeting, and it caught my attention when they were telling me that my school was on the closing list. Like, it really shocked me because I didn't know that. And when I started to learn more, I kept continuously coming to meetings. And it was just shocking that, like, every time I came, I learned something new. And it was always about my school. And just getting all that knowledge in me about, like, the city and my education was just, like, so amazing. So I feel like that's what that's what brings me back all the time. Just, like, learning stuff that I don't learn inside the classroom, that, like, my teachers won't teach me. Like, they're not going to teach me about the school board, or they're not, because no one in the school was telling us anything about the school being on the closing list. And that was really shocking to me, because if that school closes, like, what are we going to do? And I just thought it was crazy. So I feel like every time I would come to 482 Forward, I would learn something new, and I like to educate my peers on it. So I feel like that's one thing that really brought me back all the time.
Okay. So this is the last part. It's actually gonna require a room change. We're gonna go towards the orange wall over there. Possibly. It's like loud out here, probably not. We should be good.